Thing number 2. I think we knew each order. Oh, you guys are having a conversation on here. Great. Let's see. Just seeing if there's anything that I missed. Okay. So we'll go to thing number 2. And if you tuned in to Comment Sold last night, we were giving you ideas and supplies to do smaller gifts. And that's always my favorite thing. I like making little things. I generally try to do a handmade gift for everyone, which is not realistic, but I do pretty good. They might not get finished. I think my grandma got a kit for the gnome pillow last year, so I gotta hurry and finish that now that Christmas is coming. And then I think my dad, I made him a quilt but never quilted it. Same with my brand new nephew. So maybe they'll get him this year for Christmas finished. But anyway, I was talking about, like, we sold the zippers and the soft and stable and the fat quarter bundles to make things like this. And then also I turned some Kimberbell vinyl into a little box pouch. And I haven't quite figured out the size yet. I think I just did. And I was working on it right before we got going. Oh, you like the pot holders? The colorway you wanted was out of stock, Lynn. I'm trying to get them to cut me some more. I was going to demo the casserole holder. We ran out of time last night, and I was going to do that today, but I forgot. I had to load all the Kimberbell blanks, and I forgot to load the casserole dishes thingies. So, next week. But, anyway, so I was going to demo how to turn the vinyl into one of these. So what you do, and what's so nice about this is you don't have to worry about raw edges. You don't have to flip and fold your zipper. And I would probably, if I was at home, I would have matched my thread to my zipper, but you can do what you want. So, oh, thank you, Rebecca. How many zippers did I take? Oh, I bet I had about 10. I think I made about 6 or 7 pouches. We've got Karen, one of our cut kitters. Karen, you want to say hi? No? She says no. She's really nice. We like her. Did I get more kits on the trees with the mason jar? Janine, no. But we are looking into at least trying to make another version out of a different blue. We have more patterns coming, and then we'll reassess. We should be able, it just won't be, it was a Lori Holt blue, but I think we're going to make it work. So I would look for Black Friday, or even on our website. We'll announce it once we get some more kits cut. But we don't want to sell them without knowing what we're sending you. So we should have more of those kits cut. And I'm glad you like that. I made that one. But, okay, so what you do is I got a sheet of glitter. Not glitter, vinyl. Do I still have kits for the pineapple quilt? Yes, I think there's 2 down there, Donna. I'm teaching that class in a week or so? 2 weeks? So if you got that ordered, are those on there? You put those on there, didn't you, Nicole?
Yeah.
So it should be linked to the class, or if you search Pineapple Farm on our site, it'll pull up. There should be a couple kits left. Black Friday done on Comment Sold. Yes, Deanna, it's going to be a big Black Friday the morning after Thanksgiving. I think 8 a.m. Mountain. Ugh, that means I have to get out of bed and be here and like look cute. Actually, I don't have to go on camera. That'll be Kris. It'll probably be a few hours, a couple hours. We'll try to go fast, but they always seem to take longer than you want them to. But we have a lot of good things coming. So, and then we're doing a small business Saturday. But what we don't sell on Comment Sold, we should be putting on our website. So if you miss out Black Friday, we'll try to get it on there. So, how big the snowflake quilt is. I don't have a pattern here. I want to say it's probably like 58 by 72. It's a throw. Mason jar pattern be purchased without the kit. Yes, Julie, I am going to be putting those on as soon as they show up. So we ordered them last week. They haven't come because they're from Canada, but they should be here any day. So as soon as I have an abundance of the patterns, we will be selling those separately. And is the pineapple quilt class good for a beginner? Ooh, it's definitely an intermediate class. Like, I'll take you through how to cut and sew and all those things. It's nothing too difficult, but the cutting is intermediate, I would say. So anyway, yes, 10 o'clock Eastern is 8 a.m. Mountain. Okay, so what I did on this is I cut this piece of glitter, and Mallory's working on a pattern right now for these. It's basically the same idea, except you're not going to have to do the 3 layers of the soft and stable and the zipper. And then the instructions will tell you to flip your zipper, but if you're using a lace zipper, you already know you don't have to do that. So we're going to omit this step, and it's just one sheet. So I open this up and I cut it to, I think, 6 by 10. Does that sound right? Is that what I wrote? Okay. 6 by 10, but I've done all the sizes. If you just want to do the sheet and not have a zipper or anything, I just use the whole sheet and put it on like this. And that made this size. This one I'd cut 1 inch off of the side and 1 inch off of the top to make the handle, but I think it's a little weird. And then, I don't know, I have one teeny tiny one. So this one I was following the size of this. I think I was trying to use too much of the vinyl and went this. So, oh, Christy says finally a good time for us. Yeah, I know, you guys don't have to get up. It's at 10. So the pattern will be available for this. Yes, if you bought the vinyl last night, you get the pattern for free. It's basically the same as our larger zipper pouch, but I've just miniaturized it and added ours didn't have a tab, but I think those are easier to open and close if they have something you can hang on to. Hi, Sandra. Oh, you're getting? Did you get them all?
No, they're right here.
Okay. Oh, and P.S. I did put all of our zipper Kimberbell blanks live on the site. So if you didn't get them last night on Comment Sold, all of the blanks are ready to go for the zipper pouches, and then she's got some embroidery sayings. So tune in on that. But what I did, we'll go down here, is I got my zipper. You do it right sides together, and this is opposite of a zipper. Normally you would put a zipper down like that and flip and fold it, but with these you don't have to. You just stick it right on top and sewed it. And I didn't use a zipper foot, I didn't use a Teflon foot. It just actually sewed quite well with the vinyl, which was surprising. So I did both of those, and what I do is I'll sew the one on, and then I just clamped them with the binding clips and then opened it so that you can sew that on without it flipping around. Okay, then you get to this part. You're actually going to turn it inside out, and then you will sew this closed right here. But where did I put my tab? I just had them. There they are. So I cut this down to 6 by 10, and I had a little bit left over. So I just cut this, and I'm going to fold it in half, stick it in here, and then you'll just sew this edge. And then I kept screwing this up, but before you sew this side, make sure you stick your zipper in the middle, and you'll want to find your middle spot. So if I think it's like 2.5, and I just line my zipper up on, you make a little mark, line it up on 2.5, and then you'll sew and sew. And have you ever boxed out a corner? Let's see, Birch Run. You guys are just having a good old conversation here. I don't even have to worry about it. Okay, let's see. Mal, can I steal that other one? That little blue one? Okay. Okay. So pretend that this is the vinyl. I've sewn across and across. And then we're going to box out our corners. And I think Barb has probably showed you how to do this a lot of times, but just in case she hasn't. And I played around with different sizes. I think I like the 1 inch the best. But what you're going to do is not measure 1 inch from here. You're going to measure 1 inch from your stitch line and then from your edge. So I just stick that right there. And then I'll draw it. And this is on the inside, so it doesn't really matter what you use. Maybe something that works though. So I've lined up, I don't know if you can see this, but my stitch line's right here. My 1 inch mark is right here, and right, this is the edge. I've lined up the other inch right there. And I'm just gonna draw this. Okay. Just get some scissors. And that pops off. And this is how you're going to box your corner. So we'll do it one more time. Like I said, you're gonna line your 1 inch up along your stitch line. I don't know if you guys can see that. I swear on the computer it doesn't matter, you can't see it anyway. But, and then also your edge, draw on it. Make sure you actually get it on the right ones. There we go. That little last piece is always tricky, and I don't really like to pull fabric because sometimes it snags. Okay, so we've got our little box corner, and then all you'll do is pinch this together. And I serged this because it's fabric and I didn't want it to fray. And I will just find my middle here, pinch that, and then you'll sew like a 1/4 inch, and then I also do a zigzag just to keep it from fraying. With the handle, which I don't, if you're making a handle and it's got the cutting instruction size, with this I just cut like a 1 inch by 4.5, whatever the sizes say. You just don't have to, you just cut the strip the size of the handle you want. But when you're doing it out of fabric, what you'll do is cut it to the sizes I said, and then I like to finger press in the middle and then fold in that way. And I would probably use an iron on this, but anyway. So that's how you make your handle, and then you'll just top stitch both sides, okay? And then this, it gets a little tricky. I've already inserted my tab, this thing on this side. The handle goes on this side, but of course I cut the wrong thing. But when you're doing this, you'll just stick it in like that and pinch it closed. And I'll do a little bit of an overhang, but you can open it up and see if you like the size. This is a little bit, I need to cut it down to the size that I specified in the instructions. Then you'll just snip that off and catch it in there. Okay, and you'll do that the same with the vinyl. Like, you'll just catch it if you box your corner out. You'll just catch it when you pinch it closed like that. Then you just turn it right side out, and voila, you have a little bag. So did that make sense? We got all our Michigan ladies here getting to know each other. This is awesome. We need a girlfriends in Michigan, right? Let's see, does anybody have any questions? I'm just seeing a Michigan conversation over in the comments, so don't. All right. How do I know what size of corner I cut? I kind of played with it to decide, but if you want a bigger box, you make it bigger. I usually stick with the smaller things. I did a 3/4. I didn't think that was big enough, so I made it 1 inch, and that made it a little more square. But you really can just decide on however you want. If it's a bigger bag, I'll just do it a little bit bigger. But there is no method to my madness. I kind of play with it, and then I forget to write it down, and then I have to do it again, and then I forget to write it down, and then I write it down, but I leave it at home, so then I have to figure out again, and then I write it down, and Mallory writes it. Okay, so we will have probably this little pattern ready for purchase on the site here in a minute. If you ordered, let's just do this. How much time do you think you need? Okay, it should be live in like an hour, and it'll be free for today, and then it'll be $4.99 after that. If you purchased the vinyl or the soft and stable last night, we'll still send you a copy. And yeah, so that's all on my demo. I think everybody made sense. They're easy to make. I made about 30 of these for Christmas last year, and I just whip them out. But the vinyl's kind of nice because you don't have to quilt your layers together and serge and zigzag or whatever. So that brings us to number 3, and I am like winning on time here. She said a half an hour, I can do it when I don't have someone to talk to. It's like, eh. Thanks, Jenny. Great project for stocking stuffers. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, we need COVID to get over. What is the pattern called? It will be like the mini box zipper pouch. So if you have our regular box zipper tote, it's basically the same thing. It's just 6 by 10 instead of, I don't know what, 7 by 13 probably. So, and really, if you know how to construct this, you could make it any size you wanted. These are not hard to do. Especially, I like the lace zipper. I've never messed with one of these, and that definitely eliminates a nice step. But if you just have a regular zipper, all you do is do it right sides together. But if you know how to use the lace zipper, you just make sure you sew it on top. And I will say this. I did zigzag. No, I didn't, but I should have. I learned after this one. I zigzagged here before I added the zipper, just so it doesn't fray. And I forgot to on this one. But once I had made it, I was like, oh, that would have been a nice touch. So anyway. And if you have a serger, you could hit it with your serger too. That's a little bit faster, but it's a teeny tiny bag. If anybody gives you any grief for what's inside of, what it looks like inside, maybe they don't get something handmade next year.